Welcome back to WagerTalk TV. It is March Madness, and we've got a game for you. It is a Friday matchup. We've got Cal Irvine and Kansas State. Ralph, I'm going to start with you. You can follow Ralph at Cal Sports LV. Here's a game Kansas State had a lot of love a couple weeks ago. Now, all of a sudden, it seemed like to be the forgotten soul of the Big 12 here. You had Iowa State run through the Big 12 Conference Championship, and now you've got Cal Irvine put on a show here in Vegas last week. How do you see this one? Is this one of those live dogs that could pull an upset?
No, and probably not. And I say that because of Dean Wade. You know, Dean Wade did not play in the Big 12 tournament. Vital part of their team, best player, 6'10", gives them size, gives them rebounding. Wade went to the doctor Monday night to get tested out. The coach said he's progressing. They don't know if he's going to be ready or not. If Dean Wade plays, I think there's value on Kansas State. I think they use we're only a 4.5-point favorite against a Big West team. You look at Irvine, I made a lot of money on Irvine in the tournament. I was on them. They crushed 3 straight opponents. Irvine's best win this year was against Texas A&M back in November, and Texas A&M at that point was like number 90. Irvine does, though, have 5 players at 6'8" or higher, so they have some height that could cause Kansas State problem. If Wade is playing, I think there's value on Kansas State. If Wade is not out, it's a pass for me.
Teddy, you talk about what have you done for me lately, and everybody saw Cal Irvine roll through the conference tournament here, and they're a team that's, you know, has 30 wins on the season, but it was in one of those softer conferences. How do you see them stacking up against a Big 12 team?
And a softer conference with a very poor track record in the NCAA tournament. And to me, that's something that I like to pay attention to, particularly when we're talking about the one-bid leagues. Have these teams been able to show up and compete, or not so much? And this is an instance, most assuredly, where there is a legit class difference between these two squads. I look at Irvine, say, yeah, you had a great weekend last weekend. You outclassed everyone in the conference.
Second best team is probably about 200 out of the 353 teams after Irvine.
And, you know, I mean, as soon as this game came out, you know, on Sunday, the Twitterverse erupted, and Irvine, oh, Irvine's the one. Yeah, everyone. Pick, you know, this is the upset special. Not so fast, my friends. I do think K-State's the class here. And again, when you're talking about this point spread range, the dog probably has to win, because if they're down 2 possessions, they're going to be fouling, and you're not going to cover unless they hit a 3 at the buzzer, and no one wants, you know, you don't want to be praying for that 3 at the buzzer. So you better have a dog that's going to win or going to be in the game to the last possession. You know, those 4-point deficits balloon to 10 all the time in the final minute of NCAA tournament games.
Except whenever I have the 4.5. It seems like they'll hit that 3 and you'll miss the front end of one-on-ones. It could be very frustrating. Ralph, how do you see this?
Again, I agree. Like I said, I'm either Kansas State or I may pass without Wade. Top 2 teams Irvine's played all year. Utah State at home, they lost. Toledo in a neutral setting, they lost. Those are the only 2 top 80 teams they've played. Now you're playing a team which is, with Wade, I think is the best team in the Big 12. Again, talent level from top to bottom.
From what I'm hearing, Wade is very, very questionable.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I was actually surprised when I read the Manhattan Mercury that the coach was talking about this morning's paper, that he was actually progressing and they were excited about his progression. So, you know, we'll see what happens between Twitter or what the real story is. We have a few days to learn if that's the case.
Yeah, and I'm willing to take, you know, if the line drops to 4 or less, I'll look at K-State even if Wade doesn't play.
All right, good stuff, guys. Hey, are you brand new to WagerTalk or Sports Memo? Well, you can get $20 off, free to use however you want to do it on your first purchase if you use coupon code MM20 when checking out. This will be available until the first tip of the games on Thursday, so take advantage of it if you are a first-time subscriber. And if you like these videos, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment down below. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk.com.